Welcome back, everybody. The House Judiciary Committee announcing the next step in the impeachment process as it gets scheduled now a first hearing next week. In a letter to the president, committee chair Jerry Nadler says the hearing will, quote, discuss whether your alleged actions warrant the House's exercising its authority to adopt articles of impeachment. Nadler also invites the president to participate. But what do they expect to uncover with more hearings? GOP Congressman Mark Meadows joins us to weigh in. So, Congressman, we were just talking in the break. You said there's going to be 4 witnesses, 3 on the Democratic side, 1 on the Republican side. What are they going to say?
Well, I mean, what we do know is they're going to try to lay out the case for impeachment, really not talking about factual evidence. It's going to be more like a law class. They'll come in and say that the president's actions warrant impeachment. We're going to hear from 3 Democrat witnesses, only 1 Republican witness. And so they're talking about a fair process. I don't see anything that's fair. One of the things that we do know, the Democrats have now issued more subpoenas than they've had bills signed into law. That fact won't change. So, you know, when you start to look at what's happening, you're seeing that they're not really focused about the things the American people care about. We've got a transportation bill. You know how many transportation bills they put forth? 0. So the next time you hit a pothole, you can say, well, don't worry about it. I got a subpoena from the Democrats. Right.
You have that and the USMCA that needs to get done, prescription drugs we thought you agreed on, and you haven't funded the government. That's a little bit of a problem.
Well, you're exactly right. I mean, all the things that the American people really are focused on, the things that we were elected for, the things that the Democrats ran on, they haven't really been focused on that at all. They're talking about impeachment. They're talking about bringing in professors, having a history class. Listen, the American people are seeing through it. The polls are moving towards the president's side of the ledger, and ultimately, what this comes down to is the American people are tired of it. You are tired of it. I'm tired of it. But what we understand is in November of 2016, they elected Donald Trump to be president. They get to go to the polls in a little less than a year. Why are they involved in this sham process?
All right. So if it does get to a vote, if there is a vote for impeachment, you would assume it's going to pass and get over to the Senate side, and then we'll see where that goes. How long do you think this portion of the hearings will last? You got that one day where you'll hear from 4, and then what?
Well, they'll probably have another hearing with the actual report that Adam Schiff and his team are right now drafting and putting forth. They're going to give that to the Judiciary Committee the week of December 2nd. And then you'll have another series of hearings and probably an impeachment vote right before Christmas. But really, there's not any new evidence. In fact, the new evidence that keeps coming out is actually supportive of the fact that the president made the right call on Ukrainian aid.
And lastly, what about censure? Have you heard Democrats say, "Look, back off, we made our point, and let's move on"?
Well, we have started to hear that some. I still think that the vast majority of the Democrats are going down this impeachment rush. But as they start to get back home and listen, they start to see that really the case that was supposed to be the smoking gun was really not that. And the American people are saying, listen, don't remove this president.
It's hard to imagine getting 67 votes in the Senate anyway, but do they want to be on the record with the impeachment? Mark Meadows, thanks so much. Have a great Thanksgiving, sir.
Thank you, Brian. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right.